So with this time off that we're going to be having for a little bit, we want to just kind of go over our story a little bit, kind of let y'all in on all the kind of details and ups and downs that we've had to go through uh, to where we are right now. And it's been a journey for sure, but we started back in 2016, right?
We started in, would you say, spring, late,
Yeah, for
start of
sure.
summer,
Like we didn't
start of
open we
summer.
didn't open up till the end of July, right?
That's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
So,
guess, yeah,
but everything was kind of in the works before that, though.
before then.
We didn't just show up one day and and just open up shop. It didn't really work out like that.
No, that's right. Yeah,
uh,
so it
yeah, for sure. So,
yeah,
like, I guess to lay out a little bit of context before we started doing the trailer, and even up until like this past year, we had regular jobs. We worked at car dealerships.
yeah, I mean, before we even had the idea, I was at a car dealership, and I mean, at the time, I was already there for 3 years. Yeah, it had been 3 years that I had been there at the dealer.
Yeah, for sure. And so we were still working. We were just kind of trying to do this like on the weekend at the time, just to kind of see like what would kind of happen. We kind of just wanted to do something like on our own and see like what kind of happened. We were all just kind of tired, I guess, of working that 9 to 5 and or 8 to 5 or whatever you want to call it.
Basically.
Yeah, and
So initially, that's right. Initially, once the idea popped up, and that was part of the plan, was to, yeah, just kind of have a little, I guess, side hustle on the weekend. So only a Saturday and Sunday type deal.
right,
That's hmm
yeah. So we got used to working 7 days a week. We've been doing that for about since 20 like the middle of 2016 already.
yeah.
So it's pretty
hmm
normal for us at this point. But at the
It,
time, it was a little bit of an adjustment because you go from having your Saturday, Friday night, Saturday, Sunday, and free to do whatever you want. And at the time, even when we started out, we were still doing basically our normal weekend stuff still, even though we had the trailer. But yeah, but to get it rolling, yeah, we were just like looking into everything. We were actually, when we first started out, we were actually looking for a spot, like not an actual,
that's right.
but right,
That's right. Yes. Yeah, right from the jump, right as soon as we had the idea. Another thing too was yeah, let's go. We started looking at spots. We actually went out and we looked at maybe a couple of them, right? It was for sure. We went out and actually went to go look at a couple of spots, an
yeah,
actual location,
yeah,
before the next idea that was, to look into a trailer mobile. So, but yeah, initially that was the thing. It was we went to go look a spot to even potentially, I guess, lease out a place from
yeah.
the very jump.
But then we realized pretty quickly that we didn't really have the funds for that.
Yeah, the good thing is that we realized pretty quick. That's right. That
Yeah,
that probably wasn't gonna happen based off yeah.
yeah.
What
But
we
while we
had.
were out looking for stuff, we came across some trailers. So yeah, that kind of like sparked that idea a little bit, and we're like, all right, that fits more kind of in the budget.
That's right.
Because yeah, at the time too, we only had a little bit saved up, but not enough to really get anything going. Um, so we kind of collectively decided, like, yeah, we're gonna just really kind of go all in on this and kind of just bet on ourselves and see what happens. And so we went out and took out personal loans each and just kind of combined them all to have the money to even buy a trailer.
Right. And
So then,
so
once we started seeing about the trailers, we started looking into that and seeing how much they would cost and how all that would work out and everything like that. And also at the time, we didn't even have a truck.
no, another thing. Yeah, we didn't. Yeah, and yeah, we again, we were just, the ideas came forward, and that was another thing. We didn't have a truck.
Yeah.
So yeah, we went from the spot. to the trailer. Okay, we got a trailer, but we don't got a truck. So
Exactly.
yeah,
So, I mean, that's even crazy to think about too right now.
yeah.
Like,
Now, yeah,
not only did we not have a trailer, we didn't even have a truck.
exactly, exactly.
So we were trying to figure out how to make this all work, but at the same time, we were still pretty convinced that we could make it work somehow. And so we went out, found a truck, uh, yeah, put a down payment on it, got that going, found a trailer, and we thought that was going to be a pretty quick turnaround on like when we would get it, but it turned out to take a little bit longer than we were expecting. Um, we had initially found it what like in April or May, right? Somewhere around there.
Yeah, because they had been a while by the time that we actually went out and I guess purchased it. It still took about at least a month. It was
Right.
probably over than that.
Yeah, so from there we were waiting, and even with that, we were like, okay, well, we're gonna take out these loans and you know, purchase this trailer. So at the time, they only needed like half of the payment for the trailer. So we only took out a little bit, enough to get the initial, to get the process going of getting this
To get the
trailer
process
in.
going.
And then, and also so we wouldn't be bombarded with all the loan payments at once if we're not even open for business yet. So, we set all that up to kind of go like that. We are trying to like stretch it out as far as possible as I guess when to get these loans. So we were trying to just kind of figure that out and trying to figure out when this trailer was going to come in. And then finally, once it did come in, we had to figure out like, like, okay, we need to buy all this stuff for it to fill it up with like mangonada. And we need to install shelves and get flavors and everything else and work on a menu that we had been working on while the trailer was still being built, I guess. And which all that we were just kind of like brainstorming at the apartment at the time, I think.
Yes, that's just right. Yeah, it was all happening there at the apartment.
Yeah. So we are
Yeah.
just buying like little stuff here and there and just trying to like come up with stuff and see what would kind of go together. And yeah, then from there we're like, all right, we got like a few things down. We got a few things of our own. Um, we need to build a menu out. We need to do all this tedious stuff, get permits, get like all this stuff, like figure out how to like even drive the trailer.
Oh, that's right. Yes, that's right. We of course we didn't even know how to drive a freaking trailer. Like once again, like Sonder hooked on like
Yeah,
attaching the trailer. We didn't even know like. Well, I mean, obviously, I'm pretty sure the whole, just driving is not wasn't an issue. It was like the whole like reversing and all that. So yeah, we took it to the Southwest parking lot, the old high school. And yeah, we were just there, I guess, for like a few hours, just trying to drive it around, reverse, I guess everything that, just trying to get used to it, I guess.
yeah, for sure.
That's
I mean,
right. Yeah.
the trailer got some mind of its own if you never driven one before.
We had never driven one. So yeah, we were just trying to get the feel of it. That's right. We did do that. We took it to a parking lot just to get a feel for it.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So then, yeah, after that, we were like, we even did like a little test run at our
After
friend's
that.
house to kind of like see like how everybody liked the stuff and kind of get some feedback going and kind of like develop some kind of process of how we were going to do this when we opened up because we had like no idea what the hell we were doing.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that little test run that we did, we pretty much just put everything that we had just gathered, like I guess what, like in a couple of months, right? I guess you would
Yeah,
say in the amount of that, the little amount of time that we had, 2-3 months maybe, we just put it all together and did a little test run.
yeah,
And yeah, I mean, I guess all in all, that did help out because as again, had no idea what any of this was, I guess, or how to. So yeah, I
yeah.
mean
Even
that
like how we
little
were going
try
to
run.
make anything and all that kind of stuff. We didn't know like how exactly we had like an idea, but we had never like been like in full action yet. Like,
No,
oh, we have
not at all.
customers, or like, oh, we need to
Yep,
like do it like this or that, or this needs to go here, this needs to go there. So, yeah, for sure, that little opening test run thing really helped out.
really did help out, I would say.
Yeah. So then after that, we just opened up on the weekend over here at CFC at the barbershop. Um, I guess with the location, I mean, we wanted to try out that spot because it was close by. Um, Also because we know Caesar, who runs the CFC barbershop. So, he had suggested to us, like we should try it out there, just see how it goes. And it's kind of just stuck ever since. It's not that, well, between then our opening and now, like we have done events. We did events in the past, and those were like hit or miss, I guess you could say.
Hmm.
Yeah, like some went a lot smoother than others, and some were worth the time, some weren't. But it's all just part of learning and everything.
That's
But
right. I mean, it was new to us, but
yeah,
still
but
learn from it.
yeah, so for sure, like we've gotten our feet wet in different areas and different events and stuff, and we actually like being there at CFC. It's just been working out for us overall, for the most part.
Overall.
It's a But other than that, yeah. So like after we opened up, we were open up for what, like 2.5 years just on the weekend.
After that, yes, for two, yeah. After once we were there, yeah, we spent most of our time there. It was for 2.5. I mean, so even till now, but for sure, I mean, we pretty much have been there and at the where you guys see us now at the CFC parking lot, and yeah, just Saturday and Sunday for 2.5 years.
Yeah,
For 2.5 years,
yeah. And so
the Saturday and Sunday
we've
deal.
been there and like been there when hardly anybody comes by from the beginning, and even a year or two in, there would be plenty of days where it wouldn't really get a lot of traffic. And
No, that
yeah, so we were
this
just
is
kind of
good.
there, like
This is
trying
good
to make
because now looking back, yeah, how Jay's saying is like, man, damn, there was at times where, yep, where it was like not too many people.
nah,
Literally from the time that we pulled up to the time we left, not that many people were there. Nope.
yeah. It's funny because like a lot of people come out now and they're like, "Oh, are y'all new? Did y'all just open?" Right?
Yeah, we still get a lot of customers that, oh, you guys just set it up. You guys just set up here just recently, or you
Yeah,
guys are new.
like,
Still get a lot of customers like that.
and, but actually, it's going on 4 years now. So
Going on 4 years now. July will be 4 years, right? Yep.
July, at the end of July.
At the end of July, it'll be four
Yeah, for
years.
sure. That's crazy, man. For sure. I don't think we ever really thought that we could ever really get like real busy out at CFC. I mean, because like we said, we had been out there for a few years already,
Already. Yep.
and that's with doing events here and there. And we saw like, oh, okay, we could get like a little bit busy at events and stuff, like busier than what we would get at CFC.
Right.
And
But overall, right? I mean, but overall for 2.5 years, I mean, 2.5 years, there was really nothing going on, nothing significant, nothing that you can be like, oh, it's like, they're picking up the pace, I guess, or for the most part, no, right? I mean,
yeah, I mean, looking back now, we were very fortunate that we did have at least enough people coming by where we were able to stay open, because we were just open on the weekends. We had our regular jobs still during the
mhm,
week, and then we would go work it Saturday and Sunday. And that's how it was for, like we were saying, like about 2 years, 2.5 years for
two and
sure.
a half years.
And that like we've talked before about it, but like that we were even able to make the payments that we owed on our loans or whatever. Like we were still able to keep up with that, was like crazy in itself because it wasn't like anything that the way you see it now is not how it's been at Chamoy Dreams for a long time. It's just it's recently gotten like that over the last, I guess, like year or so. Right. I mean, we weren't taking anything from the business at all, as in like any kind of money. We were just everything was going towards making those loan payments.
And again, that's how we initially also. I mean, you want to throw that in there. Also, we knew that the only way that this might have a chance or it might work was also that we weren't going to be getting any money out of this. So I mean, I feel like that's important. Yeah, because how we were saying for 2.5 years is how it was. And so initially as well, we knew that if this was ever going to work or we wanted it to work, we probably wouldn't be taking anything out of it, which we didn't. Not one penny.
Nope. I know that's
And I
probably.
guess looking back,
I mean, that's probably hard for a lot of people to believe too. But yeah.
but no, that's some true stuff right there, guys. Yeah.
Yeah. So then, like at the end of what 18, like going into 19, we were like kind of like at a point already where we're just like, you know, are we gonna keep doing this? Are we not gonna keep doing this? Or what direction is the trailer gonna go? Or like what are we doing here? Kind of like, but
Something like that. Yeah. This happened. That whatever you want to call it. That talk happened December of 2018. That talk that we had of where's this is gonna really go or what are we gonna do?
right.
And there was a lot. There was a lot to talk about then at that time, and which in my opinion, it was very important as to what ended up playing out to what it is right now. That's what that
Oh
talk
yeah,
that we
everything
had.
that you see right now was planted back in December of 2018. That's the
December.
root of everything that everybody sees out there right now. Because we decided to go at that time like in a heavier approach with like the whole content, um, with more time dedicated towards the trailer. Started opening up on Fridays as well, while still working our jobs. So we would get out of work on Friday and then kind of hustle down to get the trailer, get everything in there, and open up at least for like Friday night, and then open up Saturday and Sunday as usual. So we were putting in more time to the trailer, and yeah, and just doing more like uh, like content with videos and pictures and showing like how we make this stuff and everything. I mean, we noticed it kind of right away.
Yeah,
Even in the end, at the end of December, we're like, oh wow, this is a little bit busy for December.
talking about yeah, opening up Friday as well. To start off more content and yeah, what we yeah, how you're saying we started doing all this and started applying it like late December, right? And yeah, I mean, we started noticing. I mean, there was definitely a change. But yeah, guys, I guess even before then, I mean, it was yeah, we got rolling. We got rolling for about what was that? January, February, March, April, May. Yeah, so for about 5 months we got rolling with the talks we had and what we needed to do, and we got rolling and so yeah, end of May came and we were at a point where we're like, okay, so let's start off with one of us making the jump, and it was myself to make that jump. So yeah, at the end of May 2019 is when I finally left the car dealership. And by then I had been there 6 years, a little over 6 years. And yeah, left that in May. And then right away, come June, we were going to be we started opening up every day.
Right.
And yeah, I was the first one there since the start of June 2019. And yeah, ever since we've been open every day.
Yeah. So even with this time off right now, it's a little crazy because I can't remember the last time we were off, like on a Saturday or Sunday.
No, it's yeah, it is crazy.
So yeah, Loops went full time. He was opening up by himself during the week. He was taking on a big chunk of the load, and he did so for, like we said, like from May, the end of May, so June, July, August, September, October, November, December, basically like the rest of the year. And then I would just go like as soon as I would get off of work, and usually it wasn't too busy between that time while I was still at work and between by the time I got there. But still, Loops was the one holding it down and doing everything in that way. So he took on a big burden for the Chamoy Dreams and held it down, and we were able to build off of that.
Yeah, just to add on that too is like all of that was very neat to me, of course, because by then, as we were saying, we were rolling. We had people. We actually had more, traffic coming in, and I was just thinking to myself too during that time. I was like, damn, I'm really gonna have to like, I guess, kind of like hold it down for a little bit here on my own, and with and but yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it was like in a way kind of scared because like I said, this is all new to me, but at the same time, also with the mindset being there, it was like, you know what, I'm up for it. Like this is a new challenge. This is something like maybe I can find out a little bit about myself, like what I can do, what I can't do. And yeah, I mean, it's working out great now because, honestly, yeah, like for sure, I was like, damn, like how am I really gonna be doing this like on my own for right now? But at the same time, it was like, let's do it. Like it's something I have never done before, and I'm finally, let's do it. I'm up for the challenge, and learned a little bit about myself.
Yeah, after that, we were just like, we kept building, kept trying to make more videos, pictures, everything. Just kind of just put everything out there more for the trailer, and more we started seeing more and more people coming out. So finally, like around December, I was able to come on full time with Loops, and we just kind of kept it rolling since then. I mean, for sure, it feels like we've kind of taken it up another notch since then as well. Um,
Definitely, I think so.
yeah, for sure. Like even to start the year, January, February, March, we've been able to kind of build it up, build it up, build it up, and then this whole virus thing comes out, and then we kind of just have to put the brakes on it. So far, we've been able to just kind of build on everything that we keep doing. I guess like every 6 months or so, we're just kind of taking another step, just kind of learning as we go. And but it is crazy just to kind of look back to see where we came from with all this, because it was really really slow for a very long time.
At the end of the day, it's something that we enjoy, and I think that's what matters the most. We like doing this,
Yeah, for
and
sure.
wouldn't want to be doing anything else. That's what it is. Like now, during this time, is like, damn. Jay was saying, we haven't really had any time off like this in a long time, which has been totally fine with us because it's something that we're doing. This is something that we look forward to every day. We want to grow this. Again, it just goes back to we enjoy this. So we want to see how far we can go with this. And it's been looking back, it's been a little bit of a journey, and still looking forward to the lives ahead.
We're always faced with new challenges and stuff we got to figure out every day and every week. Especially being at it 7 days a week, it's like the process doesn't stop or pause or anything ever. It's constant motion, but we both like it that way, I think, and it keeps us on our toes, and we get to just kind of have fun with it and learn as we go, and we don't really put any pressure on ourselves to be making the perfect decisions or anything. We just make the decisions that are right for us, um, right now and in the long term, and we just always kind of keep that next thing in mind, and stay mindful of it, and always know that everything can change. As we can see, obviously we're not even at the trailer right now, so things can always happen, and
Exactly.
you always got to be
Yeah.
prepared for it if possible, and yeah. we'll see where this next thing kind of goes. But for sure, that's kind of like how we got rolling a little bit. I don't know, because a lot of people do ask us like, "Oh, why don't y'all go to this side of town or come to this event or do anything like that?" And like we totally understand and get it. Like, we are mobile, we are a food trailer. Most of us do that. But I guess the way that we've always kind of approached it is that we kind of wanted to be consistent and kind of be, I guess, the destination. Because man, I mean, when you think about it, I mean, when we have done some events in the past, uh, we've had some, we had some stuff happen too with the trailer. Like stuff goes flying everywhere. Um,
Yeah, that's happened before. We've had our menu fly off.
our menu flew off the
Our menu
trailer.
fly. Yep, that's
So,
happened.
so maybe we're, you know, and it, like obviously like that stuff won't happen again. But it's just like there's always something that
Right.
comes up whenever we would move around and do all this other stuff. And so we're just kind of like, let's just kind of keep it consistent. And now, it's turned into a spot that people come out to us from, like from all over the place.
I'm all over the place. And yeah, back to Jay's point, it's just all those kind of things have just worked out. It's a convenience for us, what what we're trying to do. And it's just, Jay and I. So,
Right.
it's just working out for the both of us. And so, it might not work out for everybody, but you just need to find that, what works for you. It's going to be different.
Right.
I
It's
think it's
different for
just the
everybody.
nature of it. So, but that's just what, yeah, as to why it is that we're at CFC is because it's so close to us. It's convenient. If we need stuff, we can always just run back and get stuff that we need. So yeah, it's just worked out for us. It's one thing that we get to ask a lot too is what that we ever gonna open up an actual location or what's the next step.
Yeah. I mean, we do have a lot of questions about that, about like what are we doing next? Like it's always about what's next, right? So,
It's always about what.
um, yeah, we're just kind of being mindful of it. We just kind of want to see how this year plays out. Like we said, we haven't even been open every day for a full year yet.
For a full year.
We haven't. We've been open since May of 2019. So we haven't even had a full year open yet. Um,
Nope.
and we're just going to keep our options open, to be honest. We appreciate all the feedback. We get a lot of feedback from everybody about different sides of town that they would love to have us on. And so if y'all do have that, just always keep letting us know so we can just keep taking it into account in case we ever do decide to expand or if we ever have to change locations for whatever reasons. Um, but for right now, yeah, this is what we're going to be doing, and we're just going to have the one location for right now. But things always change, like we said. Like in 6 months, I'm sure we'll be dealing with a different set of issues and things that we need to figure out. So
Yeah. I mean, it's just uh, yeah, just keeping an open mind of what the next thing is as of right now. That's where things currently stand. And again, yeah, we this whole game is about like listening too, about listening. And it's, you guys have asked a lot of good questions for sure, and we've been listening, of course. Of hey, Chamoy Dreams might work out there or here or there, but as of right now, yeah, like definitely listening to you guys, of course. And if anything changes here in the future, it's all going to be because of of all the input you guys have you
yeah,
guys have been thoughtful about everything, and hey, giving us your feedback. And like I said, it's all about listening. So as of right now, just keeping an open mind, and especially with everything that's going on right now, it's just about that, just keeping an open mind on things.
for
And
sure. Like I mean, just in the past week, we paying attention to everything going on. We adjusted very quickly to just change it to a drive-through, something that we never did before, and
nope.
we just kind of did that on the fly, and it worked out. Everybody was very
And it worked.
helpful and smooth to make that transition. And if I had to guess right now, I would say when we do return, we'll probably still have to return as a drive-through. for the time being. Like we said, until we have some big uh, major changes go down. And like we said, we still don't know when that time will be. But if I had to say like right now, I would have to assume that we're gonna be coming back as a drive-through for at least the near future, whenever we do open up again.
With everything that's still going around, that sounds like the right play. And yeah, just I mean, it was working. Again, something that we had never did, but it worked. And so for as of right now, if you guys want an answer or to give you an answer, it would be yeah, that whenever it is we decide to come back, it will probably be through a drive-through and then work our way.
Sometimes we do get so caught up in the day to day because it's keeps us so busy and this and that. We don't. I mean, including with all that, we don't spend a lot of time looking at the past or dwelling about anything or everything. It's always about right. It's always about like what's going on right now, and then what we need to do for the next day and the next day and for the future. And like we always just keeping that in mind, like down the line. It's never been about what can we get out of everything right now. It's not even that's not our way of thinking about things at all. And yeah, so far it's worked out for us for sure. Since we did make some changes at the end of 2018, and yeah, it's crazy to think that we have been open almost 4 years already. And in the grand scheme of things, that's not really 4 years is a very short time, but at the same time, it's a lot of people wouldn't believe that we've been open for 4 years because a lot of people are barely finding out about us.
Yeah, which is
Because
totally okay.
yeah, this is not like much of our menu has changed either from when we opened. We didn't start adding some brand new items or something.
No,
Our specialties have been on there since about day one.
it's about everyone. That's right. Yeah.
So, so yeah, that's what I would say. I think it's just all about how you put your business out there for everybody to see it and kind of consume it and just kind of know what your customers want and treat them good and they'll treat you good
Yeah.
back.
It goes back to another thing that's I found that is very important, which is that listening and just you want things, I guess, to stay a certain way, especially if they're working out, but it just doesn't work that way. You have to adjust, and you have to and I mean, everything's always changing. You have to change with it. I think there's another thing I would take out of all this so far, and just you know what we listen to, and that's what it is. I mean, just about adjustment and changing with the change, I guess.
Yeah.